Hey there, it's Mandy Brusser here, and in this video I'm going to cover off note templates and some ways you can use them to save you and your team a whole bunch of time, but also allow you to have some consistency of stuff that you do regularly. So let's get stuck in. So in this video, as I mentioned, we're going to cover a note template. So if you don't know what a note template is, it's basically an opportunity for you to set up a note that you can repeat that action over and over again on a contact record. And in this video, I'm going to talk about specifically a scenario that I see happen all the time with our business as well as our clients' business, and talk through that scenario and how to actually set it up. So let's get into it. So let's just say you've got an appointment with somebody, or you're just following up on a lead or a customer and you want to leave a message. So at the moment, if you're using a CRM like Infusionsoft is designed to, you do want to have a record of those transactions and interactions on the contact record, right? So what you want to do here is actually put a note to say, yep, I've left a message. So what you would do, let's just say I'm calling me, you would go ahead, add a note, potentially do it this way, and you'd say left message. As you can tell, I've used that before. Left message for Mandy to call me back. All right, so you want to say what type of note is it, which it's a call. If you want to notify anybody, you can certainly do that, and you could put in some more details, right? So yes, that didn't take a lot of time. No, it didn't, but there's a way we can do it faster. So what you want to do is you want to head up here under marketing, you want to select templates. And if you know how to do this, great. We're going to take this to the next level after I show you this more basic example. So what we want to do here is select this option up the top. Now, just to kind of make note, you might have a very different looking list than what I do here, and that's completely okay. This is going to be very specific to your business. So in this case, we want to go up here and add a note. And what do we want to call it? Left message. Is it public or private? We're going to go public. And what type of action is it? And we want to call it left message. Left message for. And this is where you can use some merge fields here to actually bring in their contact details. So go contact fields most common, first name and last name, for them to call me back. And you could also put in the phone number there as well on such and such for them to call me back. And it's going to default to the logged in user, which is perfect. We want that to happen. So in order to be able to use this, we want to set this note readiness to yes. Now, because I've already got this a note template already set up, I'm just going to put a little 2 here, just so we know that's the one we want to use. And I'm going to go ahead and click save. So if we go back to the contact record, right, and we'll go back to search here, we don't need to worry about that anymore. And I go ahead and refresh this screen. So I've tried to call myself again, or the prospect or customer that you want to talk to, and instead of having to go through those manual steps, what I can do here is go add note, and then I can select template, and then I can use this left message. And of course I can add in some more details here. Voicemail said they were on holidays, etc., etc. So you can go ahead and click save to that. So yes, it saves some steps in the process, right? And it's going to merge those details in, so you don't have to worry about any of that. But if it's something like you've got a sales team or a customer service team that are interacting a lot with your contacts, then this is a really great way to save time, to ensure that you're spending time on more valuable activities. I want to take this to the next level though. I want to show you what you can do in this case. For example, you might leave a message with someone and you might ask them to call you back, but let's be honest, are they actually going to call you back? Now, you no doubt want to have a follow-up task to occur maybe a certain period of time after you've left that message. So you might have a follow-up task occurring the next day, in 2 working days, in a week, or anything like that. So what we can do is just take this, as I said, to the next level and build another layer onto these messages. So if we go back into templates, and I want to add a new, it sounds a little odd, but we want to create the task first, and then we're kind of bring the message and the task in together, which is super, super cool. So what we want to do is create a task. So select the task option here, and we want to call it whatever you want to call it, follow-up, prospect follow-up after. We might set this up 1 week. 1 week. And what do we want to do? We want to call them, and I'm going to call it the same name as that. Call, and let's merge in those details again. Call whoever it is, Susie Brown, on this one here, on their phone number. You left them a message 1 week ago. Please phone them back if you haven't heard from them yet. And that's important because essentially this is going to be created at the same time you leave a message, so that contact could come back to you in that time and you could be talking to them. So always kind of read the description here and just have that as a as a flag, just to make sure if they haven't heard from them, then definitely follow them up. If they have, then you probably don't want to do that. So who do you want this to assign to? We're going to say, yep, let's assign to the contact owner. Who's the backup? It's important to have that. Days till due. Now this is where we've kind of indicated here, after 1 week this is going to be due. So this is going to be 7 days. Due at, if you want to get specifics around time, we're going to go 11 o'clock. And you select the priority here, might be essential or critical. Pause follow-up, that's okay. We don't need to worry too much about that with this particular setup. If you want to notify the owner, notify anyone else, or have a pop-up reminder as well. So you can go through and edit those additional details as you see fit. So that's essentially it to start off with. So what we want to do is mark the task as ready. So let's go ahead and save that. All right, so you can do some other things here. We're not going to worry too much about that at this point, but basically we've got a task. Let's go back here under the templates. We've got a task about following up with a prospect 1 week after we've left them a message. So this is it here. So now we've got to go ahead and create the note that's going to then create this task automatically for us, which is super, super cool. So what we want to do is add a template. We want to go ahead and select note. And here we want to go left message, follow up 1 week, however you want to put that. And then we kind of need to create the same things here. Let's go ahead, left message, follow up 1 week. Left message for, and let's do this again, Susie Brown on phone number. You mentioned in the message you will call them back in a week's time if you haven't heard from them. Now obviously put that in if that's going to be the standard script that your team will use. If not, then just put in left message for such and such, try following up again in 1 week or something like that. Alright, So not only do we need to mark it as ready, we also need to go into this area up the top here to go actions. Oh, we need to save. Okay, let's save that first. All right, so then we go to actions, and now this is where we want to go ahead and create an action to occur. So if that note template gets assigned, and I'll show you how this works in a moment, then we want this particular action to occur. So let's go ahead and go create a task. And then here is where we actually get to select the template to create that task automatically, which is great. So let's go ahead and go prospect follow-up after 1 week. Go ahead and save. So you've got that in there. If there's any conditions that you might want to put on there, you certainly could with that extra criteria. But at this point, we want to keep it really, really simple. Let's go ahead and save that. All right, so how this is now going to work. So we've created a task template, we've created a note template, and we've merged the two. So as soon as this note template, left message follow-up 1 week, is applied to a contact record, then the action of that prospect follow-up after 1 week task will be created, which is great. So let's see this in action. Let's go back to the contact record here. Let's refresh this. Okay, so we have this contact here, and I want to just show you. Yep, there's some stuff from a while ago, but there's nothing coming up, right? And we have some stuff that's happened here that we've obviously been talking about today. Now, let's go ahead and let's apply that note. So I'm just talking to this person on the phone. I want to leave a message and follow up 1 week. So I go ahead, you'll see some of the details there. If you want to, as I said, write some additional notes in here, you certainly can. And you can also see there's a little action in brackets here of what's going to happen once this note gets created. So I'm happy with that. I want to go ahead and save. And if I go to tasks here, you can see now the 30th is happening obviously next week, and that's going to automatically get created. So it's created now, but it's actually not due until that particular date, so the 30th. So that's essentially it. I just want to show you as well how to do this on the contact record from within. This is kind of the interactive view. But hopefully you can start to see some opportunities with you and your team on things that you do regularly, like leave messages, try to automate following up with people after a certain period of time. Set these templates up so it's super easy. You've got some consistency on how the team is doing it, how you're doing it, and it will definitely make your life easier for sure. So if you happen to be not in the interactive view and you want to do this from within the contact record, then you could certainly select and go into the contact record, scroll down, and you'll see the note templates down here, and this is where you can go ahead and select which ones are applicable. So I'd probably have a look at if this is a common occurrence, which we see with our clients, is leaving messages. I'd probably set up a few of them. Set up a follow-up 1 week, follow-up next day, follow-up 2 days, whatever the case may be. But have a look at how you can help automate so that your life is definitely easier. So that's pretty much it. As I said, it's Mandy Brasser here from Streamline for Success. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please scroll down below and click on the link and sign up for more great helpful advice on Infusionsoft and other ways to help automate your business to convert more sales and save you a heap of time. All right, thanks for joining. Cheers.